What's up, guys? It's Leafeon 9055 back again with another video for you guys on evolutionary Eevees. And today I have finally finished the deck that I want to be making for a very long time now. But I have finally finished and updated my Leafeon GX deck. Yes, it is done now. Well, it is done in the sense that I still need to add another Acerola in there, but other than that, it's pretty much done. And I'm pretty satisfied with the deck. I really want to try it out. It looks really good, and since the format has been slowed down a little bit, we don't have what you call Max Elixir anymore. We don't have a lot of the cards that we used to have anymore, like N and all that. Then some of the cards in this deck I'm actually able to play really well, and they work really nice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. So, of course, starting off with our first Pokemon here, we are playing a 3-line of Leafeon GX. We're not playing the quad version. So, bring this up here. So, for those of you guys who want to know what this card does, so we got the Breath of the Leaves abilities. This Pokemon is your active Pokemon. Then, once during your turn, before you attack, then you can heal 50 damage from one of your Pokemon that has any energy attached to it, which is really good because it doesn't have to be grass energy. It could be any energy. It's really, really nice. Next, we got Solar Beam for 110 base damage. Not bad. Then we got, of course, the Grand Bloom GX, the GX we want to use on our first turn. So basically, for each of your basic bench Pokemon, search your deck for a card and evolve that Pokemon onto it and shuffle your deck. So this will basically be like your first turn Forest of Giant Plants, which is really nice if you get the right setup anyway. Next, we are playing a 4-line of Eevee. Of course, really cool card, Sun Moon Eevee. We've been having this Eevee for a while. I hope it stays in the format for a little bit longer, or they make a card that's a little bit better than this, because this Eevee is really nice for all Eevee evolution decks. It's what helps them run. Energy evolution, basically. When you attach a basic energy card from your hand to the Pokemon during your turn, you may search the deck for a card that evolves from this Pokemon that is the same type of energy card you put onto this one, and then evolve it, and shuffle your deck. Really, really nice. Next up, we are playing a 4-line of formatis with also a 3-line of the Lurantis promo with that Sunny Day ability. So I'm going to show that, guys, for you. So we got the Sunny Day ability. Attacks of the grass and fire type Pokemon do 20 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon before applying weakness and resistance. Then you got the Solar Beam attack for 80 damage, which is pretty sweet. It has a retreat cost of 2, which is kind of awkward, but we have cards like Acerola to get him out of the active, and we have cards like Guzma to get him out of the active, all that stuff, so it's not that bad. I was considering putting a skateboard in this deck, because these all have 2 retreat costs. So 1 retreat cost is not that bad. Plus, we have ways to recover energy, like Lurantis GX, which we are playing a 1 of right now. So we got the Flower Supply attack for 40 damage. Attach 2 basic energy cards from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon any way you like. Then you got Solar Blade for 120 damage. Then you heal 30. Then we got the Colorless GX, just because we don't need to use the we call Grand Bloom. Then we do 50 times the amount of grass energy attached to this Pokemon, which is 150 or more if you want to add more energy onto this thing. So, really good recovery card. It's kind of what you call it, it's your attack for the turn. It does 40 damage. Probably it will do more if you have the Sunny Days out or a Choice Band. But this is like your attack for turn. But it's better in a way than Super Rod and all that, because you can automatically attach it to your Pokemon and keep the energy recycle going. I'm debating if I want to put 2 of these in here, but then again, we're only playing 4 Formantis and 4 Lurantis, so I want to keep it at a 3-1 split, so then we can have our attack reason right here, and then our support Pokemon right here. Plus, it's a really good attacker. Next, our support Pokemon, we are playing Tapu Lele. We're playing a 1 of it with the Wonder Tag, the Tapu Cure, and all that Energy Drive Madness. We're also playing 1 Tapu Koko. This will be a really excellent card to start out with also if we don't start out with Eevee. That Flying Flip do 20 damage to everywhere starting off. Then we're also playing 1 Latios. Really good card in the format that we're in, considering the fact that there's a lot of Buzzwole running around, baby Buzzwole, all that nonsense. We don't want to run into that. But if we do, we want something to counter it, and that's what this is here for. So we got one of those. And that's pretty much it for our Pokemon. Not running that many Pokemon in this deck. This deck's kind of small on how much Pokemon we need to use. The whole gist of this deck is to get Leafeon out first, evolve all your Pokemon on your bench, then just start attacking and healing and switching stuff. Guzma runs really well with this deck, considering the fact that Leafeon GX can use his ability multiple times. So if you Guzma one out of the active, heal it, and all that other stuff. It's just really madness. If you're playing quad Leafeon, if you're able to play it, then if you have 4 Leafeon on the bench, then you're just like 200 damage if you can switch all 4 at once, or 100 damage you can switch 2. It's just all over the place. I actually used to play switch in this deck for that reason, and also because it'd be really nice to get the Lurantis out of the active, but I took it out because it's not really that optimal. And to be honest, we have Guzma for that. We also have other cards like Free Retreaters and Tapu Koko. We also play Acerola to pick it up just in case it gets damaged. So, yeah. I might think about playing Switch in this deck, but for right now, it doesn't look like we're going to need to. But that's pretty much it for our Pokemon. So we're going to set those straight over here. Took me a little bit of a while to figure out how I'm going to play this deck, but it looks like I finally figured it out. I was going to play 4 Leafeon, but I decided to stick with 3 for 2 reasons. One, because it could be clunky if you draw into a Leafeon instead of what you want, and 2, because I just want to play with the 3 full arts. Like, I only have 3 full arts and I have 3 regulars, so full arts look really nice. Next, our supporters. We are playing, of course, a 4 line of Cynthia, best draw supporter in the game at this moment. So you shuffle your hand into your deck, draw 6 cards, really nice. You don't have to discard your hand in any of that, and that's really good because you don't want to discard cards in this deck. Really, you don't. This deck wants to keep all of its resources really, really good. So next, we're also playing a 4 line of Hala. Now, this deck can play Hala only because of one reason, and it's because you want to use Grand Bloom immediately after you get your bench set up. So, Hala, of course, is shuffle your hand to your deck, and if you've used your GX attack already, draw 7 cards. If you have not, draw 4. So, this is kind of a Sycamore and a Cynthia in one card if you've already used your GX attack. But it's better than Sycamore in a way because you don't have to discard your hand to do it, which is really nice. Next, we're also playing a 3 line of Guzma itself. Like I said before, we don't play Switch or Skateboard because of this. And to be honest, because of the fact that we don't do that, I'm considering putting in 4 Guzma, but 3 for now is looking pretty nice. We actually have space to play other cards, so pretty nice. Next, we're also playing the 2 line of Kukui. Be able to hit the damage that we need to, because I think with 3 Lurantis or 2 Lurantis on our bench, because we're just talking about like accurately, like how many would probably have on our bench during a game. Accurately during our bench on a game, we'd probably have 2 Lurantis promo on the bench and maybe some other stuff. And Lurantis will pretty much increase your damage by 20. So we're doing 1 what do you call it? Let's see, 20, that's 150, plus the choice band will be 180, so that's not quite hitting the numbers, but Kukui doing plus 20 will each hit 200, which is really, really nice. And if we're lucky and get 3, we're not going to need to use Kukui, because 3 Lurantis will equal 60 plus damage. That's 170 plus the choice band, that's 200. That's definitely hitting Buzzwole. It's hitting, what do you call it, Lycanroc, definitely, since it's weak to grass. And it's also hitting cards like Dustmane Necrozma, Dawnwings Necrozma. It's hitting Tapu Lele, which is really nice. So it's just hitting a lot of cards. And the best part about Leafeon is if you even have one of these out, you're doing 130. So you're taking out those smaller Pokemon like Buzzwole, the Baby Buzzwole, any of that. I think the Baby Buzzwole has 130 or 160, one or the other. But yeah. That's pretty much it for Kukui, and then we're also playing a 1 line of Acerola. I'm going to put in another one, because Acerola is really good in this deck, especially if you're playing Leafeon. Then you can heal probably, like let's say you are like 180 damage, for instance. And then you heal, not this one, you'll heal the one, something that's on your bench that's damaged, and then you'll pick it up, put out the one Leafeon that's already been healed, heal itself with a Breath of Leaf. That's 100 damage gone already. And then just go into a whole bunch of shenanigans. It's just a really good card. in general. So that's why I want to play 2 of it, but I couldn't find a second one, to be honest, which is a problem. But I will be putting the second one in this deck. Next up, we are playing a 1 line of Gardinia. Really, really good card. As a 1 of, basically heal any damage from your Pokemon that's any grass energy attached to it. In the floor, it looks gorgeous. And then last but not least, we're playing 1 line of Aporcorn Maker, which switches our deck for 2 item cards that have the word ball in them, like for instance Ultra Ball or Nest Ball, the cards we're playing in this deck, and then put them into our hand, then shuffle your deck. So this card right here, we want to see on the first turn, along with probably another Nest Ball or something like this, because this is going to help us be able to get our Pokemon out and all that nonsense. So we definitely want to see that first turn. I was considering playing 2, but most of the time when I'm playing more than 2, then I end up drawing it when I don't need it, or I have freaking no use for it at all. I already got my Pokemon out. So one of these is really, really nice for beginning game. Late game, not really so much. And next up, we are playing some items. So moving over here. So we got ourselves a 4 line of Choice Band. We want to do as max damage as we can. Next, we're playing a 3 line of Nest Ball. We want to see that card first turn. I'm debating if I want to play 4, but for now, 3 is fine. Next, we're playing a 2 line of Ultra Ball. When I said we don't need to really discard stuff, we really don't. So Ultra Ball is not going to be really the card we're going to need that much. Because, like I said, we're not playing that much Pokemon in this deck. We're going to have all our basics out most of the time. So the only thing we're going to have to worry about getting into is our evolutions, which we'll most likely draw into later on in the game. But next up, we are playing a 2 line of Field Blower. Abilities are still able to get locked by cards like Leafeon. So, actually, Garbodor's gone, but the expanded format's not. But we're not playing expanded. To be honest, this is more like getting stadiums out of the way, because as you probably already noticed, we don't play stadiums, but the opponent does. So getting stadiums and, of course, item cards out of the way is always nice. And also, I don't know if there's another card out there that can lock abilities, to be honest, but Field Blower is just a good card in general, so playing 2 of that. And then, last but not least, we're playing 1 Rescue Stretcher, 1 Pal Pad, and 1 Energy Retrieval. Now, the reason we're playing Energy Retrieval, and I'm planning to take this out for Acerola, is just in case we don't have this out and we've already discarded maybe some of our energy, which most likely we won't, but a chance that we do, then we will be able to use this just in case we don't get the Lurantis GX out and then recover some energy. But I am planning to take this out for another Acerola, because to be honest, we don't really need it in this deck. Back then, maybe when we didn't have a recovery, I'd probably be playing Super Rod instead of that, and this deck would look completely different. But for now, we're just gonna keep this in here until we get the Acerola. It's still a really good card to recover energy with. And then last but not least, we are playing a 8 line of Grass Energy right here, and a 4 line of DCE. Now, the thing about the DCE, which is going to be the main thing of our deck, unless we just use Flower Supply to like get energy acceleration all over the place, will be the fact that Enhanced Hammer is exceptionally broken in this deck, broken in this format, because of the fact that we have no recovery for it, unless you're playing a deck that recovers DCE, which we don't. So we gotta be really careful when we're playing DCE, which is another reason I play 2 Acerola in this deck, is just in case like your opponent is playing Enhanced Hammer or anything like that, then you might want to scoop up the Pokemon that has it. Like, let's say we have the Koko out, or the Latios out, or Lele out. Then we want to go ahead and just Acerola the Pokemon, and of course the energy into our hand, so it doesn't get completely hammered, and then we won't be able to use it, because we're only playing 8 energy in this deck, and we don't want to use 8 energy or 3 grass energy on 1 Leafeon or any of that. That's not what we want to do. We want to be able to have a grass energy and a DCE to be able to attack really fast. We don't have to wait 3 turns to attack with Pokemon. So, now if we wanted to, we could just play all grass energy. In that case, I'd probably throw in another Lurantis promo, and I'd also probably throw in Sarcophagus, because Sarcophagus, for those of you guys who don't know, it discards 2 cards from your hand and you draw 4. Really good draw supporter, but you would discard probably 2 grass energy from your hand, draw 4, and then you have this thing out here, Flower Supply, and it'd be a really good energy acceleration deck. But we're not playing that right now. We're just playing with Leafeon. It's going to be our main attacker in the deck. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So, if you guys enjoyed the video, please comment down below, like, and subscribe to my channel for more Pokemon content, TCG, and all that fun stuff. This is probably the longest deck profile I've ever done because I've done a lot of explaining. But, yeah, this is going to be it. My Leafeon deck, this is standard, just post-rotation. Everything in this deck is suddenly move forward. So, I think it's pretty good. I want to test this deck out later on. And, yeah, it's going to be Leafeon 9055 logging out. Peace, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow. See you guys later.